Hi gang, Scott here. In this video, a review of the Cable Management 20 pouch from ThinkTank. This is it right here. This is one in several different sizes of the cable management pouches from ThinkTank. I chose the 20 because I think it's the right size for me, and it's perfect timing. I just got my hands on this. This is like hot off the assembly line. And I'm heading off to Oregon for a couple of weeks of photography, hosting workshops, and I need something to organize all of the cables I need to bring with me. You know, the iPhone chargers and the power adapters and power converters. And you know how it is, whether you're traveling for a photo trip, a road trip, you're doing a family vacation, whatever it is, you need to bring cables with you. You end up with them. You need to charge your phones, your tablets, and keep all of your electronics humming. So I'm going to put this bag through its paces, and in this video I'll run down the features of the pouch as well as see if it's going to hold everything I need it to hold. So let's get started. So first off, the Cable Management 20. Why the 20? Well, there's 4 different pouches in the lineup. There's the 5, 10, 20, and 30. And as you might guess, the bigger the number, the more cables it can hold, the bigger the pouch. The 20 is a good size for me. This is 7 by 7 inches. I'll let you do the math for the centimeters, or you can go check ThinkTank's website. They have both measurements there, and it can go to about 2 inches, a little shy of 2 inches in depth, and that's a comfortable size for me. But whatever size you choose to get for your needs, each one comes with fundamentally the same types of features. There's a main compartment, which you're seeing through and seeing in there, and you can see it's got these cable whips. There's 3 red cable whips, so if you need to tighten up, lash together some cables, if your cables don't come with their own ties, you've got some of those included. Zipper access to the top, and then on the other side there's like a front pocket, a separate zipper for that, some mesh so you can put in some smaller items, and then finally just like that grab and go handle. So all of this is a good size for me. That's why I chose the 20. I can fit this into a suitcase or some other bag, even when it's going to be fully packed, because it's not massive. It's a good, comfortable size for my use case and fitting it in. But that's kind of the overview of what's a cable management pouch looking like. Let's talk about the main compartment of the bag where you're going to put most of your stuff. First, as I pointed out, you can see it's clear on the front, so you can see into the main compartment. And honestly, it's important. It's important. As much as I like to, hide mess behind like an opaque wall of a bag or a pouch, when it comes to cables, I need to see what's in there. I don't like to admit that I'll spend more time with just a big messy bag of everything. Open that up, trying to find what I'm looking for. I couldn't see through in the first place. I fish around. I still can't find it. I start looking somewhere else. I go back to the bag, and I found what I was looking for in the first place, but it was tucked down in some weird corner. If I could just see through, I can see what I'm looking for and get to it. So that's really nice. The zipper itself, so it has its own zipper access, and it only goes down like about a third of the way here, as you can see, right? And that's good. So you can open this up wide, but not worry about things falling out. So if you're holding this by the handle and then opening up and trying to get stuff out, nothing's going to spill out. Again, my current solution, and I use that term loosely, it doesn't work very well like that. I kind of have to lie the thing down on a flat surface, find what I'm looking for, and then close it all back up. Here, much more convenient. And speaking of which, this last bit that's really nice, this little blue section here, let me open that up a little bit farther. And listen to this Velcro here, right? I pull that open. I can pull that all the way out, and then on the inside of this stripe is another band of Velcro. I can separate the main compartment into 2 compartments. This folds out, Velcros in place, and turns your main compartment into 2, columns, 2 subcompartments. That's very nice too. Depending on what it is you need to stow and carry, you can further organize within the main compartment by that fold out and Velcroing, very solidly held in place divider. Now on the other side of the pouch, we have a front pocket. So this is another separate zipper access to a front pocket. Clear on the front so you can see what's inside the bag. And this is where I'm envisioning putting stuff that I need to have more ready access to. my phone charger, my cable adapter for the phone, maybe a power converter if I'm traveling internationally, something where I need to convert from, in my case, a US power to European, or maybe just the brick that I would need for my phone charger to adapt to whatever country's electrical system. There's also these two smaller mesh pouches that have like space for the really tiny stuff. Maybe your headphones are coiled up in there, or as a photographer, an emergency stash of SD cards, lens wipes, things that I know I'm carrying all the time, and I've got a little like extra space for those things in this front pocket. What about build and construction quality? Well, we're talking about ThinkTank here, folks. They make solid equipment. I trust all of my photo gear to ThinkTank bags, and I have a bunch of different bags from ThinkTank for a bunch of different uses. I'd expect nothing less for the cable pouch. The whole thing's made out of very strong nylon. It's got diamond ripstop. The stitching, they have some details about the exact stitching. I don't know thread, right? Triple bonded nylon, whatever. I'm not into sewing, but I do know when I pull on this and I start trying to yank it apart, it's not budging, and I expect that from ThinkTank. They make great stuff. YKK zippers. The entire thing's water repellent, so if it gets splashed or it's in the rain or so forth, sort of submerging it underwater, you can know that your cables themselves will be well protected. So the build quality is just excellent. It's what we expect from ThinkTank, and the cable management pouches live up to their reputation. So the big question really, what can you fit in the cable management pouch? In my case, the cable management 20. Well, here's the 20, right? And this here is like my original free gift from ThinkTank when I bought my first bag with them years and years ago. And I've been using this to carry around my cables, and I've got my my camera battery chargers and things like that in here. Well, I honestly don't even know if I know everything that's in here. I want to get this into this, so we're gonna go put it to the test. Let's see if we can get it done. All right, so how'd I do? Pretty darn well. Everything really fit. Did I leave anything behind? A large stack of lens wipes that really had no business being in that bag. I mean, I think I fished out like 30 or 40 of them, and I have those next to my camera, so I think they just collected in there over time. A few duplicate converters where I've consolidated these over time into a single USB-C to, what do we got here? SD, micro SD, SD again, USB to USB. I have all this in one particular charger or charger converter now. And then some of the bricks where I don't need multiple USB outlets for charging. I don't have that need for it. If this were going on travel, probably what would come out is some of the photography related cables, like the HDMI cable or the cables I use to charge my Rode wireless devices. And I'd put more of these bricks in there because if I'm with my family, we all have phones and we all need to charge them, that kind of thing. I could even see battery packs being able to fit in this. So the CM20 did very, very well to corral all of my cables in a much more organized fashion. So what about the pricing for the cable management pouches? Depends on the size you get, but anywhere between $20 and $30 US. So this isn't a break the bank kind of purchase, and we wouldn't expect that for a cable management bag. But given the build quality, a little bit of configurability it has with that center part in the main compartment, I think it's a good value for the dollar. And the holidays are coming up. Maybe you want to treat yourself to an early stocking stuffer for you, maybe the photographer in your life. I'm actually thinking about getting a separate one just for family travels, where I need more of those wall outlet adapters for charging phones and things like that, where I don't need all the photo cables and the price point is attractive enough that maybe I'll splurge and have a second one just for personal travels. But I hope you found the overview of the cable management pouch helpful. Gives you enough information to decide whether it's right for you, or if you're looking for a solution to corral all of your cables, check this one out. If you do have questions, go ahead and drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.